Sometimes your mind is racing, but you can't seem to break out of a rut. Or maybe you feel the exact opposite. You want to be doing something, but your brain is completely lost in a fog.
And it's so easy to just write it off and say, well, I guess I'm just getting older. But what you could actually be feeling is the aftershock of a difficult major life crisis. When you go through something that is devastating, your brain learns to stay on guard. You're not broken. What you're feeling is your nervous system running on high alert for so long that this constant tension has simply become your new normal, taking a physical toll on both your brain and your body.
That constant tension is exactly why we are here today. We're going to walk you through three hidden signs that your system is still stuck in protective mode. More importantly, we're going to show you how to create a new plan to help your body realize a crisis is over so you can actually enjoy the life you are rebuilding.
The first sign is constant physical tension, even when you're in a safe place. You might know logically that the crisis is over, but your body is still physically reacting as if you're still in danger.
That physical tension is not something you can just think your way out of. You are sitting in a quiet room, but your shoulders are tight and your chest feels heavy. I see this constantly in recovery rooms. People with years of sobriety who are still physically tied up in knots. The reason is simple. Often that physical tension comes from trying to control things you have no power over. On day one of my sobriety, I made one huge shift. I took absolute ownership of my own actions, and I stopped trying to manage everything else. That one decision is exactly what kept my body out of survival mode.
If you're still stuck in that survival mode, it's because your body does not know the difference between being in danger right now and a threat from your past. It simply formed a habit of reacting defensively, just like it did when things were hard.
And here is why this matters so much for us after 50. That constant tension floods your body with stress hormones like cortisol.
When that cortisol stays in your system too long, it triggers chronic inflammation. It creates that exact brain fog we mentioned earlier. It wears down your immune system and it drains the energy you need to move forward in your life.
That is a physical cost. Your body is burning all its fuel guarding against a threat that isn't in the room anymore. But you can start changing this right now. Here's something simple you can do today. Now, drop your shoulders, try to relax, take one slow breath in through your nose, and let it out through your mouth. That is a reset. Every time you catch yourself tensing up, do that. You are giving your nervous system a direct signal that you are safe right now. It takes repetition, but your body will start to believe it.
The second sign is the constant need to stay busy. Having a lot to do is one thing, but this is different. This is a feeling that if you stop to rest, something bad is going to happen.
That need to stay busy is a survival habit. When you've been through a crisis, your brain learns that if you stop moving, you get hurt. It makes resting feel wrong. You might sit down to watch a movie, but your mind is running through 10 different checklists of things you need to handle.
That is so true. In the past, staying hyperactive and focused was how you survived. But you're not surviving anymore. You are rebuilding. And rebuilding requires deep, restorative rest. After 50, we simply do not recover the way we used to if we're constantly running on fumes. You finally have a free Saturday afternoon, but instead of sitting down to relax, suddenly you decide you need to reorganize the garage or clean the entire kitchen. This is not ambition. This is your nervous system saying it does not feel safe to stop.
And that is why so many of us don't actually wind down. We just fall asleep out of pure exhaustion. But crashing, it's not the same thing as resting.
The true rest is intentional. It is giving your body the space to heal and to process everything you've been through, which is a vital part of the rebuilding plan. You have to give your nervous system permission to stand down. You do this by creating a structure for your environment. You build small routines that signal to your brain that the doors are locked, the barrel is all handled for today, and it's safe to turn that engine off.
For example, you might create an evening plan where you turn off your electronics an hour before bedtime. You might dim the lights, read a chapter of a book, or listen to some quiet music. It sounds simple, but you are actively retraining your nervous system to understand that the day is over. It's all about consistency. If you follow that plan every single night, your body will eventually start to recognize the pattern. And once again, it takes practice, but the peace you get back is truly incredible.
If what we are talking about today sounds like where you are at, We built a free assessment at rebuildwithclarity.com that helps you figure out which stage of rebuilding you're actually in. The link is in the description.
Now, the third sign, and this one can be the hardest to spot.
The third sign is constantly expecting the worst, especially when it comes to outside voices. So when things are finally going well, but your body reacts with anxiety because you're waiting for the bad news. When I was living under abuse, I was not only physically abused, but verbally abused as well. I completely lost myself. I just believed that there was something wrong with me and that there was no hope for anything better. I could not even recognize what was happening back then.
Sometimes when your past was so full of negativity, you're conditioned to just expect the worst. You haven't learned how to trust the good times yet. We see this happen when people finally start getting exactly what they hoped for. You build a safe routine or you get your finances in order, but instead of celebrating, you brace yourself for impact. It is a real trigger when someone brings negativity into your life right when things are going well.
But today, if I catch myself expecting the worst, or if someone brings negativity in my life, I recognize it right away and I know exactly what's happening. I decided I did not want to live my life like that anymore. I want to live in hope, and I practice gratitude every single day. And I trust God because He has faithfully carried me through, even through the hard times. Being aware of those negative voices allows you to step back and protect your peace. It's all about paying attention to your thoughts and actively replacing that fear with thoughts of hope, faith, and trust.
That is the same principle I was talking about earlier. Own what is yours, release what is not. Once you recognize that pattern, whether it's your own internal anxiety or someone else's negativity, you can stop bracing for impact and actually step into the life you worked so hard to rebuild. As you go through your week, pay close attention to what your body is telling you. Now, let's recap those 3 signs quickly so you know exactly what to do.
First, if you notice that constant physical tension, drop your shoulders, relax, and take one slow breath. Remind your nervous system that you're safe right now. Second, if you feel the constant need to stay busy, start building a simple evening routine. Give your brain a clear signal that the day is done and it's safe to stop.
And third, if you catch yourself expecting the worst, come back to this. That is not mine to carry. Own what you can control and let go of everything else. Set firm boundaries and choose to protect your peace. If you're ready to build a life that feels secure, go to rebuildwithclarity.com. We offer 3 different tiers of programs designed to specifically walk your nervous system out of survival mode and into stability.
If you want to understand more about the mental roadblocks that might be holding you back, watch our video on the 3 lies that keep you stuck after 50. We'll link it right here on the screen for you.
We're Terry and Donna, and we'll see you in the next one.